Thank you very much. You're welcome to another interesting episode of Nigeria's hottest debate show on television, The Big Issue. What we do on the program every week is to take a look at two conflicting sides of an argument and try as much as possible to educate one another through the instrumentality of debate. Today, our talk point shall be, should Nigeria adopt Pidgin English as a national language? Should Nigeria adopt the Pidgin English as a second national language? Now, when in 1914, the British colonialists amalgamated the northern and southern protectorate to create what is today known as Nigeria, people of the new nation had to fashion out a universal means of communication for the fact that over 500 languages were spoken in the country. This gave rise to a brand of language known as the Pidgin English. This style of English language seems to have cut across every tribe and race in the country, with over 75 million people speaking the language every day. It has also emerged as the language of business among several groups of people in Nigeria. The Nigerian Pidgin English is a popular language made up of elements of the Queen's English and the local dialect across the land. It is spoken as a kind of lingua franca across Nigeria and is referred to simply as Pidgin, broken English, or simply broken. It is estimated that Nigerian Pidgin English is the native language of approximately 3 or 5 billion people and is a second language for at least another 75 million citizens. Although the language has been stigmatized and branded as a dirty language by various language experts, while others regard it as the language of the uneducated, the Nigerian Pidgin English continues to remain popular as media investors now establish radio and television stations exclusively speaking the Nigerian Pidgin English. And of course, they have been smiling to the banks. I think one of our guests will try to validate that for us as the program continues. Now, based on successes like this, a school of thought say it is high time Nigeria adopted the version of the Pidgin English as a second official language. They argue that the language is understood and used every day by the majority. Hence, nothing should stop it from being used as a means of giving instruction in schools for training purposes, intergovernmental communications, and other official purposes. But some other people disagree with that perspective. They insist there is no need for a second national language in Nigeria. After all, nothing is wrong with the English language as it were. People in this group further contend that the adoption of the Nigerian Pidgin English as a national language will further isolate the country from the global scene, since Nigeria will be the only country speaking the language. Where will you pitch your tent? Should Nigeria adopt the Pidgin English as a second national language? Now, make we yarn the matter on top today's episode of the program. That's Pidgin, of course. Don't forget, you fit also join mouth for this matter on top internet. On Twitter, our handle is at TVC Big Issue, or simply use the hashtag TVC Big Issue. And on Facebook, search for us at www.facebook.com/TVC Big Issue. Like our page and drop your thought for us there. After the break, my debaters will join us in the studio as we go into the mainstream of today's show. The name is Oba Adeoye. The show is The Big Issue.